Finland, Denmark, and Germany all issuing new advisories for travel to the United States, warning they could be arrested or detained for breaking the rules. Finland and Denmark advising that U.S. visas now only have 2 gender options, and that may slow travel for transgender travelers over documentation discrepancies. These new developments are happening on the top of the pushback from Canada and Mexico over tariffs.
Steve Wolfer's back with us now to explain the potential impact on Las Vegas tourism.
Yes, that's right. And it's important at this point that we keep the conversation on potential impact right now, because we really don't have any hard numbers yet from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. We're also waiting for the February numbers from the airport to know if there was a drop in international flights and where they might be from. But right now, it's probably not really a question of if, but more like the question of by how much.
I love coming to the States. Obviously, there's a lot of fun stuff to do down here that we don't get to do in Canada.
Julia Chasen and her Canadian travel companion are in town to see the Grateful Dead. They've been following the tariff tensions between the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, but they say they also had this trip planned for a while, so
we're kind of a little bit hostage here, but we're doing our best to stay positive and hope that cooler heads prevail.
About 20% of all tourism to Las Vegas is international, and most of it comes from Canada, followed by Mexico. But the Canadian press is quoting one travel agency, Flight Centre Travel Group Canada, saying leisure bookings to the U.S. plunged 40% year over year in February. 1 in 5 canceled their U.S. trips in the past 3 months. And now another issue is emerging that could impact tourism. Germany, the UK, Finland, and Denmark have joined Canada to issue travel advisories to their citizens about coming to the U.S.
Those countries represent about 45% of the international visitors that came to Las Vegas in 2023.
And local economist Mike Pequeen says it's not retaliation for tariffs, it's immigration policy.
It's important to note that these travel advisories are not saying don't go to America. They're saying be careful, have your papers in order, make sure you understand what you're doing. Because there are several reports of foreign tourists in the United States being detained at the borders, where those things did not happen before to those nationalities. So it's a new game.
But for Julia and her friend, it's a new game they've decided to ignore for now and enjoy the Grateful Dead.
Sometimes you kind of have to black out all of the political climate around it to get down here. So that's what we've done.
That's right, just block it out like the Canadians. Mike Pequeen says international tourism brings over $20 billion into the U.S. each year. And it was expected to grow this year, but under the current geopolitical uncertainty, instead of seeing maybe an 8% increase, we might see a 5% decline in global tourists. So we'll just have to wait and see. We should get a look at the airport numbers in a few days. That'll tell us a lot more about what's really happening right now in terms of how this is all unfolding.
Yeah, a lot to track as we head in the days of the months to come. Steve, thank you.
Sure. Busy season ahead. All right, Steve.